Hi there, Jeffrey Rhoades from Experimental Homesteader Exotic Gardening and Sheri on Richerson.com. Please subscribe, hit that join button, join our membership. Well, it rained more today. I actually got caught in the rain a couple of times. I was trying to work on the barn, one barn stall. Didn't get very far. We spent most of the day yesterday working on trying to clean up the trees that came down that storm yesterday. I spent a little bit of time up on the neighbor's property, raking up the debris that was scattered about in their yard from the tree branch, half a tree basically that came down yesterday. We cleaned up yesterday off of their property. We still have a lot on our property to clean up, but they've been struggling health-wise a little bit. So I went ahead and went up there with a rake and raked up the debris that had been left behind. At least most of it. I didn't get all of it, but I got most of it. Tried to make their yard look nice. We've still got huge branches and everything all over our yard. But I at least, tried to do something nice. So I did a little bit of that, and some of that was in the rain, kind of a light sprinkle. I did get caught, in the evening when I was trying to do some more of the barn. Got it into a heavy downpour. That's when I gave up and basically ran the lawnmower and cart back up in the back driveway. Just said tack with it. I'm just gonna have to spend some time, at other points and just try and get it done. It is raining again outside. There is a potential of another nasty cell storm this evening. I'm hoping that it passes us by, because I don't know how much more damage would occur with another big storm. We've got, some of these trees are already weakened from this last one, so another storm could bring down quite a bit more. We have had power crews from multiple states coming in. We've had Iowa, Illinois, West Virginia, a couple others. I don't remember what ones now. Southern Indiana crews. We've just had an influx of quite a few power company crews that came up to help out to try and restore power to people in the area. We had our power back last night. It was off for several hours. We had decided to go get some drinks. She needed a tea, I needed a soda of some sort. We headed up to the speedway we normally go to, and they still didn't have any power. They were still without power at like 4 o'clock this afternoon. So we wound up going over to Gas City, got drinks in Gas City before coming home. And by the time we got back home, the power was back on. I think the power had been on for probably, if I'm thinking right, because the time on the stove was showing like 1:43. So I think the power had been on for about an hour and 45 minutes, approximately, when we came back. I didn't think we had been gone that long, but maybe we were, but or maybe it came back at 1, started up at 1 instead of 12, and so it had been 43 minutes. That might, I don't know. But we had power back, which was a relief. We had worried that we were going to lose stuff in the refrigerator and our deep freeze, but everything was fine. But like I said, the Speedway and the Domino's, both were still without power at like 4 o'clock this afternoon. So I have no idea how long it's going to be before they get power back. And it's just one section now on the bypass, right in the middle, basically, of the bypass. There's a section that doesn't have power. All the rest, everybody around there has power, but just this one section. So it's kind of odd, and I don't quite get, why there are some areas that still don't have power when everybody around them has power. We did take a little drive around, and we were looking at some of the damage around town. There's quite a bit of tree damage. There were several uprooted trees that we saw. We saw one trailer that the roof was completely ripped off of. It basically, the wind evidently caught it on one edge and just ripped it up and over. So it was I think actually still attached on one length of the trailer, but it was flipped over, so the actual bottom of the roof was showing, and it just peeled it right off the top of the trailer. But we saw Matter Park. There was a number of crews working. There were a number of very large trees that were down, several power lines. So quite a bit of work that was being done there. They are supposed to be coming around and gathering and picking up a lot of the debris. Basically, the message went out to try and collect as much of the yard debris as we could and put it out at the curb. And as they get to it, they'll come around and try and collect everything, and not charge for it. There is no charge for the cleanup. Basically, you do your own cleanup, but there's no charge for the pickup of the downed limbs and brush and everything, as long as we get it to the curb. I'm hoping that it pertains to us as well in the county, and not just the city, but because they came by about a week ago, I think, and gathered up the brush that we had out on Meridian Street. We had a couple big piles out there, and they picked it all up. So I'm hoping they'll come back around. Hopefully they'll get the stuff on bond, because we've got a whole bunch of stuff out front here, and then we've got another big pile on Meridian, because that was what we were doing. We were actually trying to clear away a lot of the saplings and trees that we didn't want, and brush and underbrush, and just trying to clean the yard up completely. When that storm hit, and it took out several trees that we hadn't intended on getting rid of yet. And we've still got a lot of work to do. I've got a lot of wood to cut up to try and clear out of the way. And that was one of the things we did today. We took a trip down to RP and got my chainsaw chain sharpened. This is the 20-inch chain, not the 14-inch. I've got two different bars for my chainsaw, and I was using the 14 yesterday, and it needs sharpened as well, but since I had the 20 off, I went and took it in first, because we were going to just buy a new chain for the saw. And of course, I've got to have a funky chainsaw. It is a 20-inch chain, but it has 76 drive teeth, which is an unusual number. It's not standard. The 14-inch chain has 60 drive teeth, which is not standard. So we have to go through other means to get new chains for the chainsaw. And I have not yet learned how to sharpen the teeth on the chainsaw. The friend that was over yesterday helping us clear out trees does know how to sharpen, and so possibly next weekend, if she's around, I may have her show me how to do it so I can do my own sharpening, because I've got the files for it. I bought a benchtop automatic sharpener that I haven't had a chance to attach to a bench. I need to attach it somewhere secure, and also where because it's basically a grinder, it's got to be where it's not potentially going to, throw a spark and ignite something. So, but hopefully, we won't get any more really horrible weather tonight. Just some rain, hopefully, even though that's not real helpful at the moment either. It's too much rain, but hopefully no massive winds, and so hopefully we won't have any more damage. But and hopefully I'll have a chance to get some more yard work, yard cleanup done. We did move a couple of the tree branches that came down in the front yard. We've moved them out of the way where we can get to them to cut them into smaller pieces now, and they won't take long. I hit those with the chainsaw. They'll, that's probably about 10-15 minutes worth of work. It's just a matter of getting the chainsaw, getting it running, going, and getting this stuff cut into small pieces. The stuff out back, the one tree, it's going to take me a little bit. That's part of the reason why I got the 20-inch chain sharpened, is so that I can use that 20-inch to get through this tree, because it's about, I think it's probably about a 20-inch diameter at the base. So I should be good with what I've got. It'll just be, right there at the edge of it. The 14 is just a little small for doing it. The 20 should be plenty to make my way through that tree. I hope. I mean, I can always do half and half. That's what I would have done if I just had the 14, but I'm going to put the 20 on there, and that'll allow me to get through that bigger diameter stuff a little quicker. So, and especially now that the chain has been sharpened, hopefully it will, cut through like butter, rather than grinding away. But tomorrow is another day. I gotta go back to work. I am a little bit behind tomorrow, because I did not finish everything on Friday, and I did not go in yesterday to work, because the amount that I left, it was not enough to warrant going in on Saturday. I had other things I was trying to get done yesterday, so it's not a lot of carryover. It's just, it's a bunch of backs that it'll take me a little bit of time, but I had a smaller pick for tomorrow on both the shelves and the floors and backs, so I should be able to get caught back up without too much trouble. And since the build has gone down, basically starting tomorrow, we should have smaller builds each day, My picks should be much smaller, so I should be able to start getting out earlier each day, not be there 12, 13 hours a day. I should be getting down to, like 10-hour days, which will help. It'll be nice. I'll be able to come home and maybe get a little bit more done each night at home. So, but anyways, I think that's going to do it for tonight. Please subscribe. Give us thumbs up, thumbs down. Comments below. We'll see everybody tomorrow. Stay safe out there.